The law operates by faith. If you believe, no effort is necessary to see the fulfillment of your desires. Long story short, inspired action is what I would like to call a gut feeling, an instinct. It is a byproduct of what you were already going to do anyway. You just naturally feel an urge to do something without contemplating whether you should or shouldn't do it. When you're dodging a ball that's flying towards your face, you don't have to sit down and think about if you should or shouldn't move out of the way. Instinctively, you're going to get your ass out of there and move out of the way, or else you're going to get a broken nose. That is what inspired action is, from my perspective at least. In your day-to-day life, inspired action looks like locking your door when you leave the house, turning off the water when you get out of the shower. These are actions you take without even having to think about it. No mental effort was necessary for you to complete these actions. So you're probably thinking, natural instincts, I get it, blah, 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 blah. But how do I know what inspired action is when it comes to something that I'm trying to manifest or something I'm trying to achieve or accomplish in my life? Well, the best way to explain it would be this. You know that really special feeling that you get the night before Christmas or the night before the first day of school? The feeling of underlying readiness and excitement? The very moment that you feel that, it's time to act. Follow the joy, follow the ease, follow the feeling of non-resistance. These feelings are going to guide you for the rest of your human experience. This is why emotions are such an essential factor to navigating this plane of existence. They tell you when to move and they tell you when to rest. When you feel the urge to go for a walk in the park, to chop off all your hair, these are quite literally urges and signs and actions that lead you into the path of your desires manifesting or the life you desire manifesting. This is what I would call your God self guiding you towards your desires. When you have an aha moment or a light bulb goes off in your head and information is flooding your mind with ideas, follow that feeling. If you allow yourself to be guided from within, everything around you will fall into place effortlessly. Work's not gonna feel like work. Challenges aren't gonna always feel like challenges. It'll be flowing and effortless as you are, naturally. Your blood doesn't need to be told to flow through your veins. It just does. Trees don't need to think about growing leaves. They just do. Birds don't need to be told to fly. They just do. They all do this because it feels right and it feels natural and it feels instinctive to them. They follow the path of least resistance. You should mainly act when you feel that inner urge to do so, when you feel that itch. Let's say you want to lose weight, right? But you don't really feel motivated, and so it's hard for you to show up at the gym. It's hard for you to get on the treadmill. It's hard for you to pick up weights. Maybe that's not the inspired action that you need to be taking. You don't have to go to the gym in order to lose weight. It's really not that deep. There are really fun and inspiring ways for you to lose weight. You could take up dancing. There was a whole entire year straight when I lived in Charlotte where I took up belly dancing for fun because it excited me. And that was probably the best shape my body has ever been in. And then after that, I felt more confident to go to the gym. I went to the gym with or without friends, with or without an accountability buddy. And that was all intuitive because I was looking for a way to have fun while also moving my body physically. And so since I found that belly dancing class, I was like, oh, this is something I'm interested in. I like having a good time. I like music. I like dancing. I like feeling sexy. So I'm going to take this belly dancing class. Whoops, lost a lot of weight. Whoops, toned my abs and my back rolls. Whoops, now I look great. That is inspired action. I followed the path of the least resistance. Instead of forcing myself to go to the gym and dreading every second of it and forcing myself to do it every day, I decided to enter into waters that I'm familiar with. Fun, sexiness, dancing. Love that. Different cultures. Love that. That was natural for me. That was effortless for me. But it still had to do with my goal that I wanted to accomplish, which was losing weight. Remember, your manifestations come where there is the least resistance. Because it takes no effort, you already have it. So if there is a huge amount of resistance when it comes to working out in the gym, don't do it. There's hundreds of ways to lose weight. okay? There was a point where I decided to rent a bike because I wanted to get to know the city better. And I just rode the bike around the city constantly. Not because I was trying to lose weight, but because I really just was like, you know what? I need to ride a bike. I need to move my body physically. I have a desk job. I can't just be sitting down. That's bad for your hips. So I was like, well, I want to get to explore my city. I don't have a car, so I'm going to get a bike. And so I got a bike. And now the yams are yamming, okay? Well, they've always been pretty much yamming, but they're yamming even more. No gym, no weights, just joyful and blissful cardio that gets you in the mood, that inspires you in a different way than you would be inspired if you were in a gym. So I guess you're thinking, oh, I should only act when I feel inspired, but isn't that lazy? Nope, it sure isn't. I need y'all to release the belief that the only way to achieve your goals is through hard work. Self-discipline that stems from doing something you hate, self-discipline that stems from doing something that makes you miserable is the worst idea that you could possibly have. It will only reinforce the concept that you don't trust or believe in your natural intuition and instincts, your natural drive to do things, your natural curiosities to try things. Self-discipline that stems from something you're curious about or that inspires you or something that you love is going to be easier. You will feel an overall sense of productivity and accomplishment because it's something that you actually want to do. When I tell you to only act when you feel inspired, that doesn't mean to be lazy and not do anything. The only time that you don't typically feel like acting is when your thoughts are not aligned with your desired reality. When you align your thoughts with your desired state of reality, you are in a constant state of ease. You are in a constant state of progression. You are in a constant state of merging with your desired reality. It doesn't mean sit on your couch and do nothing. It could be whatever suits your fancy, but you still have to move instinctively. Of course, action is required, but not in the way that most people think. Action is needed in order to solidify your thoughts in reality. So, try to take some action towards your goals. If there is resistance, that's proof that you're not living in the end. So allow your actions to be guided by what feels natural and least resistant. Actions that are carried out after assuming that your wish has already been fulfilled is just you rediscovering what you already knew was about to happen anyway. And that is living in the end. So how do you know the difference between inspired action and forced action? Because there is a big difference. You'll know because you have to think about it. You'll have to really list out the pros and the cons. You have to weigh out the yeses and the nos and why you should and shouldn't do it. You have to be too over analytical. See, inspired action isn't even realized sometimes until after it's already been done. You'll look back and you'll notice several things took place without you analyzing or even strategizing. You didn't overthink on how to do it or when to do it or what to do. Forced action requires more thought processing. It's also not really rooted in confidence and self-security. If you have to force it, then it's not manifestation. Then it's not deliberate creation. Then it is not of you. It's not of your nature. It's not of your path. If you're questioning if you should or shouldn't do something, it's not inspired action. An example of forced action would be if you apply for a job and you don't get a response, you call the front desk every day to make sure that they look at your resume. That is forced action. If you know it in your mind to be true, and you know it in your heart to be true, and you know everything that you are capable of, and you have the confidence, and you know about your abilities and your capabilities when it comes to getting that job, you apply, and it's okay to follow up because that's something that you would naturally do when applying for a job. But to harass the person who's hiring you, to chase and to worry and to beg and to put yourself in a position of, I don't have this thing, I don't have this thing, I don't have this thing, and so I have to pull it, I have to force it, I have to fake it, I have to struggle to get this thing. That is forced action. Or let's say your ex blocked you and you want to get them back. Calling them from different phone numbers, calling them even though they blocked you, finding different ways to contact them, reach out to them and text them, that is going to push them further away. You know this game. That is forced action. That is you trying to physically manipulate your reality to match the mental, right? When really you should be being and feeling and thinking as the individual who already has what it is that you're trying to attain, right? That's how you should be moving. The best way to decipher if something is inspired action or not is to think, did I initiate the physical manifestation of this? Or did I just quite literally be and behave and become this version of myself who already has said desire? You already possess what you desire, babe. Your ability to desire something translates into already having had it. The majority of all of this internal work is mainly to build a stronger self-concept or perception of self. Effortlessly manifesting your desires or accomplishing or achieving your desires is literally a side effect. It's a side effect of you being that version of yourself that you said you were. It's a side effect of you thinking and believing and knowing that that is exactly who you are. Of course you would get your ex back. Of course that job wants you over all the other candidates. Of course you're going to lose weight. Of course your skin's going to clear up. Of course you're the luckiest person in the world. Of course you're going to get all the things that you truly, truly desire, because that is who you're being. That is who you're showing up as. Every single day that you wake up, every single night that you go to sleep, every single time that you come into contact with something that feels like you're getting closer to your desire, you feel that flutter, you feel that inner sense of satisfaction, you feel that fulfillment, because that is who you are being. That is how you are behaving. It is natural to you because that is the person that you're becoming. So just be the person who would have the thing instead of desperately clawing at your reality to reveal it. Be the person who has it. Be the person who attracts it. Be the person. I don't know how many more times I can say this, but the ends start with you being. I want you to take inspired action. I want you to move with purpose. I want you to lean into the state of least resistance. And I promise you, your desires will arrive swiftly. They will arrive quick, fast, and in a hurry. If you decide that they will, then I guarantee you that they will. And if you are from the Law of Assumption community, you know that I am more than right. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what exactly does inspired action look like for you? Love you, love you, love you. Bye. Yeah.